Welcome to this webinar tonight called Prepare to be on Stage. So it's a special session because I have with me a guest and another coach, Jérôme de Clarence. Thank you, Jérôme, for coming tonight.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
This webinar is for motivating and boosting entrepreneurs' willingness to go on stage and present their company, their product and service with impact. Why? Because talking directly to an audience is not only the cheapest way to appear in public and promote your company, but also a way to collect reactions from existing and potential clients. Yet, we must be prepared, and the preparation is an important part of the process. And this is why Jérôme is going to bring some light on this with us tonight. I have the pleasure to welcome him, and we are going to talk about, as I said, preparation. While after that, I will talk about presentation. So, preparation, presentation. Before we start, probably some of you may be thinking, well, those two guys, are they able to deliver what they promise? And my answer is, we are both experienced coaches. We have coached already a lot of people for the last years, in Hong Kong especially. You may also think there are so many offers available on the market. So yes, you're right. There are so many offers, but at the same time, a choice has to be made. And tonight, you have an opportunity to know us better and see whether we are able to deliver or not. You may also think, I like my comfort and getting out of it is tough. Yes, getting out of the comfort zone is easy for no one, actually. You may say, oh, I will think about later. But my answer to this is, if not now, so when? So, Jérôme, can you tell us more about yourself first?
Thank you, Chris, for inviting me to talk about a subject which is meaningful for both of us, and basically that we are using almost every week of since a couple of years.
Yes.
So I am a performance coach. I've been coaching for 4 years now, but before that, I was a former football player, and at the same time, I have been working in the food and beverage industry as a food supplier. Started as a sales executive, then a brand manager, and to finish as a sales manager, leading a team of four individuals. My clients are entrepreneurs, executives to reach their professional and personal goals. They need a boost and develop their leadership skills. And on the top of that, I am improving cohesion and teamwork in companies and enhance the performance and productivity of the company with creating strong relationship between the team members. I would say my coaching style is enhancing the performance at work and balancing professional and personal life. I've got a couple of examples. Once I had a client who had a challenge of clarifying and structuring his goals. He was overwhelmed, both professionally and personally. We had few sessions to clarify his goals and his priorities. After that, he obtained more clarity and motivation. And even on the top of that, he managed to find the type of investors he needed. That was a fantastic opportunity for him, and an amazing energy boost. I would say that we started our coaching session. He was 3 out of 10, and then now he's like almost 10 out of 10. So it's very, very positive. Other client I've got, it was a female. She was late in 30s, overwhelmed by a decision that she needed to make and what to do next. When we talk about her 10 years vision, she started to have much more clarity and guideline on her goals, target, and steps to achieve her goals. She find her energy back, motivation, and purpose. Only with around 6 sessions, I would say the power of working on what we want to achieve is amazing and more than beneficial for all of us, right? How about you, Chris? Tell us about you first.
So to answer your question, Jérôme,
thank you.
I am the happy founder and CEO of Peak Communication. Peak Communication started in 2012, and basically at the very beginning, it was not about coaching entrepreneurs. As I was a lecturer in several universities in Hong Kong, I realized that Hong Kong students had some difficulties in making presentations. So until 2017, I concentrated in providing some trainings to students. And then some people told me, but why are you limiting yourself to university students? Why not talking to executives? So I did, and I realized that the demand was far greater from the private sectors. And I'm thinking about executives, CEOs, engineers, business owners, a lot of SMEs actually. So today my clients are especially young professionals, CEOs and executives in various sectors, but especially tech. Tech has something very special about it, because these are a lot of technicians and engineers, and they have not always been properly trained to face an audience and to present very technical products. So yes, I have clients in fintech, edtech, and in other areas as well. So the way I see public speaking for entrepreneurs and executives, it's about visibility really, because if you're not afraid of being visible, you can talk. And there are too many entrepreneurs who are afraid, entrepreneurs and executives who are afraid of being in the limelight, of being on stage. So I provide all the tools necessary for them to feel comfortable. And it's not about copying such, mega star speakers. No, it's about being yourself and share. But we will talk more about that a bit later. So I provide the means to be confident and enjoy visibility. And for that, I have testimonials on my website from CEOs, people in fintech, engineers, and even some coaches. Our agenda tonight is to communicate strategies to our audience and provide an offer. Yes, so if you stay until the end, you will have access to a special offer Jérôme is making to you, and I will as well. So, Jérôme, would you like to start? You have several tips to share with our audience tonight.
Yes.
So go ahead, go for the first one.
The first one would be to provoke emotions by sharing feelings and enthusiasm. When we talk to a business partners, to potential clients, to an audience, do not hesitate to communicate your positive emotions and also positive feeling. And if you also have kind of like challenge, being a bit stressed, why not? Why not sharing them, right? I would say the second tips, it's all about being prepared with visualization. right? Imagine that you have to do an important speech. Okay, let's say like 500 people. Okay, I never done that yet, but anyway, let's target 500 people. Okay. First of all, the second tip I could give you would be to listen carefully what we share. And the second thing it would be okay. Let's think and even close your eyes and visualize yourself while you talk on stage in front of 500 people, right? Think about at the end of the speech. People will shake your hands. They will have the desire to speak with you and to congratulating you, right, for what you have done, right? Bring those emotions with you, right? The tips would be to write down on the paper the result you want to achieve and gain. Visualize it as much as possible. The fact that we are writing down our emotion, it means that we make an action on what we really want to achieve based on our speech. And then I would say, don't ask yourself too many questions and let's do it. Enjoy the process. And as well, you will learn, right? What you can achieve. You definitely, 100%, you guys can do it. The third advice I could share with you right now, it would be don't be afraid to be afraid. I could help you to feel comfortable with fear, right? Because one of the things is, for me, embracing your fears is a fantastic opportunity to grow, to gain confidence, and learn as well. And especially for me as an entrepreneur, life is all about facing fears. How about you, Chris? What give us more?
Absolutely. There are so many things. Thank you very much, Jérôme, to have resumed this important point about preparation, because preparation is everything. And you had a career in sport. And I can say that there are common issues with being prepared for sport and being prepared to talk on stage. Even if it is 10 people, 20 people, imagine 500. Or imagine radio and television being watched and being heard by maybe 1 million people. So there are so many issues, but I'm going to come down to only 3. And the first thing, when you do a presentation, the very first thing is to talk about what motivates you. It's about values and then communicate emotion. What do I mean by that? Starting to talk about values. Why do you do what you do? Because it's the best way to communicate with the audience. Because you communicate on something abstract. You communicate on something intangible. And this is the way to start. And step by step, you move from the intangible to the tangible. That means step by step, the product, the service, the company, and at the very end, the team. So this is a very important thing. So always start with the values, because nobody can disagree with you. If you talk about values of safety, for instance, improving a particular sector, if you insist on that, who can disagree with you? And actually you understand what we mean by that. If you get the people agreeing with you right from the beginning, they are very likely to agree with you until the end. So this is the super trick of presentation. Also, not being afraid of showing your emotions when you're happy about something on stage. And as Jérôme did, he was happy to crack a joke and laugh. And this is a perfect way to communicate and to create a bond.
I have a very, very good coach. Thank you, Chris, for that. For your tips before the webinar.
Exactly, because what Jerome was talking about, and what basically I tell my client all the time, create that bond. And if that bond is not there, it's probably that the presentation is going the wrong way. The second thing is, to me, I'm going to change the context. Now imagine you are in a networking, and Hong Kong loves networking. To me, Hong Kong is a paradise of networking, really, and we are progressively coming back to a serious level of networking after the 2 mad years we went through, 2 years and a half we went through, and we are going to network again and more, and this is good. So, too many people in networking starts with, "Hi, my name is, what do you do? This is my card. Oh, I'm glad to have your card. Thank you very much. Next." And I've seen that. I'm sure you have seen that so many times. And to me, this is not the best way of networking because, let's face it, it looks like, harvesting name cards. But you can end up, and I'm sure you would agree with me, you can end up at the end of the year with 800 name cards. This is actually a statistics. If you do at 4 events a year, a week, 4 events a week, at the end of the year, you may end up with 800 name cards. And then, how much business come after that? Because we know that business does not come after so many name cards. Business comes after nice conversation. And a nice conversation with a stranger can only be personal. At a networking event, you may have 2 or 3 conversations, and that's good enough. But they are good, certainly profound, meaningful conversations, and definitely something will come out of it. It's much better than going home with 20 name cards. That's my feeling about it. And actually, I have a training on that. Anyway, let's not sell yet. The third point is about, I'm going to suggest another way to look at public speaking. Because when, I'm sure you have experienced that, when you talk about public speaking to some people, they simply turn off. They simply lock out. I mean, they don't want to hear, because there are 2 big words, public and then speaking, and that intimidates lots of people. I would say make it a conversation, like what we are doing today. Make it a conversation. So see public speaking as almost an intimate conversation. And even if there are 500 people, do it as if you were talking to one person at a time. Sharing an experience, sharing something valuable. And that changes completely the perception of public speaking. It changes everything, because then you talk to one person at a time, and you can have your eyes on one person on the first row, on the second row, on the third row, one by one. And this changes, to me, changes completely the understanding of public speaking. And that makes it much less stressful. Much, much, much less.
When, for instance, like when you do a great speech, and people are coming to you afterwards and talk about your speech and what you have done, what could be your approach to create a stronger connection with them?
First of all, when members of the audience come to the speaker at the end of the speech, they have very precise questions, and when that happens, I want to know exactly what do they want to know. So it can be business proposal. It can be simply, can I have your name card? which is never a bad feeling, actually. It's never unpleasant, because there is an opportunity to keep the relationship going. And It's basically that, but it's the reward, because when you finish a speech, people can applaud, but that does not mean too much. I mean, it's nice, but it's also the thing to do. But they come when people come to you afterwards and ask you specific questions. So it can be about your business, whatever business you're in. Can I stay in touch with you? You talked about this. Can you explain what you meant? And could you explain to me how we can do that? So there is an opportunity to contribute. There is an opportunity to answer direct questions. And this is fantastic. This is the right thing to happen. Actually, this is proof that you have done an okay job.
Could you use your skills of public speaker in an interview as well?
Are you talking about job interviews?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Oh God, job interviews are part of all the skills necessary in public speaking. And you can think of even school interviews for students, because what is required for a good school interview for students is exactly the same as what is required for an adult to enter a company during a job interview. It's about, the way I see it, is that it's about fundamentally proving, after having done careful research, that the place you want to enter is good for you. You fit the job, or you fit the environment, or you fit the school, or you fit the company. It's exactly the same. So job interview or school interview for university students and job interview for adults, and I've already helped a few adults, people in their 40s, late 40s, engineers who had been laid off, and they had to enter the job market again after maybe 1 year sabbatical, and they were completely lost. They were completely lost because they did not update their CV, they did not update their LinkedIn, and I had with them to make a kind of assessment of what is important to you and what are you looking for today. What are you looking for today? What do you want? And this took, in certain cases, months, because there was some reflection needed, and then we put down together, we reorganized, because you don't change the past, but you can reorganize it, and reorganize the resume, reorganize the LinkedIn profile, and that guy now is nearly refusing work. He is no more working for one company. He is a consultant for several companies. So yes, that's what happened very often.
Nice one.
And entrepreneurs, business owners, executives in large companies, many of them already understand that it's a social mobility, it's a professional mobility tool, actually, because someone who speaks well and who can gather a crowd has power in his hands, for the company, of course, or for himself if he's independent entrepreneur.
Nice one. Thank you. So I really can see the link between public speaking and performance coaching as well. One of of course, there is different. There is a couple of similarity, but one of the things it would be to be as much as possible aligned with your values as well, right?
Absolutely. So it's not over. At the beginning, I promised an offer. At the beginning of this session, I promised an offer, and the offer is coming. So, Jérôme, do you have something for our audience tonight?
Yes, absolutely. So, if you guys want to sign up with my program, it would be it's called You Can Do It. Normally, for 3 months, it's around 9,000 Hong Kong dollar. In my program, you will learn who you are, how to communicate the best you can and based on your needs and the needs of others, you will recognize your values, how to create smart goals and visions, prioritizing and enhancing our mindset. Okay? Within 3 months, you will be able to get that, right? And it's for tonight's offer, it will be 7,500 if you guys are calling us or are calling me or reaching out tonight.
So go to Jérôme's LinkedIn, please, and send him a message to register today, or at least start a conversation today, and you will benefit from this offer of 7,500 Hong Kong dollar for 3-month coaching.
Two times session per month, and you can reach me anytime. Thank you. How about your offer, Chris?
My offer is this. It's called Connect, because we need to connect all the time, either with 2 people or with a much bigger audience. So, lacking of imagination, the price for 3 months was also 9,000 Hong Kong dollar, and it includes presentation skills, tailor-made for you and your sector, because everything I do is tailor-made to my clients, including exactly what they expect, what they need. It will include also storytelling with appropriate stories that are helpful for what you do and the message you want to convey. And as a super bonus, talking to the media. So imagine you are invited on the radio or on television, which is much better, but there is more I will tell you later about that, or at a panel discussion, because a panel discussion during a trade fair, during a particular conference, is talking to the media. Basically, the issues are exactly the same, and there are tricks, there are things you can do to develop your visibility, and so that people remember you, because the question is not only to be heard but to be remembered. So presentation skills, storytelling, and talking to the media, panel discussions, this is what we will do. And the price for tonight is also 7,500 for 3 months coaching, and at your discretion. 2 or 3 sessions a week as you can, but 7,500 spread on 3 months. So it's only valid if you send a message today on my LinkedIn profile, and we could start a conversation. You could tell me more what you need, and any question related to public speaking and visibility.
And how about you, Chris? What's your last word?
My last word is stay in touch with us, please. We have so much to offer. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining tonight, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.